Mayor Rikuya Watanabe's logistical boom was supposed to be Eneida Bay's greatest triumph. It brought in jobs, wealth, and kicked off this insane era of growth for our city. Mayor Watanabe built massive infrastructure, expanded the city's connections to the outside world, and companies flocked to Eneida Bay to get a piece of the action. From the outside, it looks like we've pulled off the perfect economic engine. But while Mayor Watanabe was so focused on building the engine, he forgot about the people who have to run it. And now, the housing demand is skyrocketing. This success has accidentally created a crisis, and it's hitting our citizens right where they live. A housing shortage is crippling our city and threatening to stall the very growth we worked so hard for. The demand for homes is through the roof. Our city is literally bursting at the seams, and if we don't act fast, we're going to see a mass exodus. Now, with the 7th mayoral race kicking off, 3 political rivals are stepping into the ring, each with a totally different idea of how to solve this. This isn't just an election, it's a battle for the soul of our city. In this episode, we're going to explore each of their philosophies, and you, the viewers, are going to decide the city's future. Alrighty, everyone. As you can see, things have gotten, tense. Let's hit pause for a second and really dig into the why this is all happening. If we open the city info views and look at the workplace availability, all the incentives we put in place for industry and commerce worked. We maybe did it a little too well, though. We have thousands of new jobs, which means thousands of new people are trying to move in, but we have nowhere to put them. Now, looking at these residential bars, low, medium, and high density are all screaming at us. This is happening for a couple reasons. First, there are just not enough houses to go around, which drives up demand. Second, the new jobs are attracting all kinds of people, executives, students, families, and they all need different types of housing. Our current neighborhoods just aren't diverse enough to be able to handle it all. So the 7th mayoral race is on, and we've got 3 distinct voices fighting for control. They've all served on the city before, and they each have a radically different vision for how the city should proceed. We have the incumbent mayor, Rikuya Watanabe, who kind of goes at this with a more of a traditionalist approach. Then there's Lucas Fox, the champion of urban density. And finally, Oliver Greene, the environmentalist who's all about transit. Over the next 5 episodes, we're handing the keys to the city to one of them and building out their vision. So make sure you head over to the YouTube community tab to cast your vote for the next mayor. And to help you decide, we're going to spend the rest of this episode trying out each of their philosophies in 3 mini builds. So let's jump in and meet the candidates. First up is our current mayor, Rikuya Watanabe. He's a firm believer in the classic, tried and true approach to city building. His philosophy is simple: expand outwards with traditional suburban communities. He believes in the dream of a single-family home and a yard for every family who wants one, all connected by a clean and efficient road network. His promise is to build a huge new suburban district, focusing on low-density zoning and a perfect road hierarchy. He argues this is the most scalable way to grow, the way cities have grown for generations. So to test his vision, we're heading over to this big, empty plot of land on the east side of downtown. As you can see, we've already laid down a little nub of road. This right here is the core of his whole philosophy, road hierarchy. So let's break road hierarchy down. Think of it like a tree. The arterials are the trunk, the main road carrying the most traffic at the highest speeds. Arterials are designed to move a ton of traffic from the highway to the major parts of the city. The key here is to have as few intersections as possible. We want traffic flowing, not stopping every 100 feet. So we'll run this main road right through the center of our new district. We're not zoning anything directly on this road. Its only job is to move cars. Next up are the collector roads. These are the smaller branches that gather traffic from the local neighborhoods and collect it onto the arterials. A 4-lane road or 3-way asymmetrical road is perfect for this. I'll branch these off our main arterial at a few key spots. These roads will be the backbone for our neighborhoods. Finally, we have the local roads, the leaves of our tree. These are the small 2-lane streets that give people direct access to their homes. This is where the community actually lives. I'm going to lay down a simple, clean pattern branching off the collectors. The goal here is access, not speed. People should feel safe walking around in this area. What are the downsides? Well, this takes up a ton of land. To house everyone we need to, we'd have to build miles of this stuff, which leads to sprawl. More importantly, this design is incredibly car dependent. To combat this, Mayor Watanabe has promised to work with the Eneida Bay Transit Authority to extend the transit network into this new district using a traditional transit-oriented development approach. So there you have it, the traditionalist approach from Mayor Watanabe. Simple and spacious. Alright, so what's the opposite of that? Let's talk about Lucas Fox. He looks at our housing crisis and sees a totally different solution. He's a hardcore urbanist who believes the only sustainable way forward isn't out, but up. His entire philosophy is about density. Why chew up miles of land when you can house more people more efficiently in a buzzing, walkable downtown? His campaign promises to expand our downtown with high-rise residential towers and mixed-use zoning. He imagines a city where you can live, work, and play all within a few blocks, ditching the need for a car and creating a lively 24/7 city center. To showcase his vision, we're not building new transit, we're leveraging what's already here. His plan starts at this existing tram stop using a transit-oriented development design. The logic is simple. Build a complete neighborhood around the transit and people will use it. Directly around the tram stop, we're going to use chunky mixed-use buildings. These are buildings with shops, cafes, and offices on the ground floor and apartments up top. This creates a vibrant, economically productive core where everything you need is within a 5-minute walk. Further out from that tram corner, we'll build super dense apartment buildings. We've got tons of students and single people needing homes, and these medium density and high density towers are the answer. They provide the sheer volume of housing needed to make a dent in our demand. With this many people crammed into one spot, we have to manage the fallout. First, pedestrians. But what's the catch? Well, density creates its own problems. Services are a huge one. A single high-rise can have the population of a small town, and they all need education, healthcare, and emergency response services. While education has been recently addressed, it's still slightly imbalanced in where it is located geographically. And even with a focus on transit, we're still going to see a lot of traffic, which will delay our emergency services. A ton of people means a ton of vehicles, and if we don't manage it perfectly, we could create a gridlock that paralyzes the whole city. This is the vision of Lucas Fox, a dense, vibrant, and efficient urban core. It solves the housing numbers problem fast, but it puts a massive strain on our city services. And that brings us to our third and final candidate, Oliver Greene. He's trying to find a middle ground between Watanabe's sprawl and Fox's intense density. His philosophy is all about sustainability, public health, and breaking our city's addiction to cars. His promise is to develop a transit-oriented suburban district. Think of it as the best of both worlds, the green space and community vibe of a suburb, but with the walkability and transit of a city. He wants to create healthier lifestyles for our citizens and a healthier planet for us all. For his vision, we're going to work on the Oliver Glen district, a project he's been pushing for on the city council. His approach also starts with transit, but instead of a giant central hub, he wants a more spread out network. We'll start by laying out a bus line that accommodates the current residents who moved in during Mayor Watanabe's term. Next, we need to make this area a paradise for cyclists and pedestrians. Greene's whole platform is about active transport. So alongside our roads, I'm laying down a full network of dedicated bike lanes and separated walking paths. The goal is simple: make it safer and more enjoyable to bike and walk to the tram stop or the local shop than it is to drive. Now for the zoning. Greene is all about gentle density. We're not building skyscrapers, but we're not building single-family homes either. We'll use a lot of medium density options, row homes, and some small mixed-use buildings with some shops downstairs. This gives us more housing than a traditional suburb, but keeps things at a more human scale. And finally, policy. Greene believes in using city policies to nudge people's behavior. Once this district is up and running, he'd push for a cyclist initiative in the neighborhood core. The potential drawback? This is probably the most complicated and slowest approach. It takes a lot of careful planning to get the transit paths and green space all working together perfectly. It might not solve our housing shortage as fast as Fox's high-rises, and the upfront cost for all the transit and bike paths is high, making it really more of a long-term investment. This is the vision of Oliver Greene, a sustainable, transit-focused community. It's a beautiful vision, but it requires patience and a big upfront investment. So there you have it. 3 candidates, 3 different futures for our city. We have Rikuya Watanabe, the traditionalist, promising spacious suburban growth, solving our single-family home demand, but risking massive sprawl and traffic. We have Lucas Fox, the density champion, who wants to build a vertical city of skyscrapers, solving our housing numbers problem quickly, but putting an incredible strain on the city's services. And we have Oliver Greene, the environmentalist, offering a balanced future with gentle density and green transport, creating a healthy and sustainable community, but requiring a lot of time, money, and careful planning. Now it's your turn to vote. The future of this series and the future of our city is in your hands. In the Community tab, cast your vote for the candidate you think we should choose to solve our housing crisis. Should we build out with Rikuya Watanabe, build up with the Lucas Fox, or build green with Oliver Greene? Your votes will decide who becomes the 7th mayor of our city. Next time, the election results are in, and we will start the massive job of putting the winning strategy into action. It's going to be a huge project, no matter which path we choose, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope you all have a phenomenal week.